Hello everyone, my name is Spring Fredbear, and I have some very sad news to share with you today. KindlyBeast, the makers of Bendy and the Ink Machine and Showdown Bandit, may go out of business very soon. So before I start, I just wanted to say that there are two sides to every story, and the information we have now may change depending on what else comes to light. No idea what I'm talking about? Okay. So on Sunday morning, 50 people claimed to no longer be working at KindlyBeast. Allegedly, these people were not fired. They were laid off. And there's a big difference. Being fired is usually when you've done something wrong and the company punishes you by making you leave. Being laid off is when they let you go, usually because the company can no longer afford to pay you. And as we all know, KindlyBeast only had about 65 employees. That means that more than 75% of the company is gone. Now, we have no idea what caused the layoffs, but based on the evidence we do have, it's presumably financial problems. And a huge indie studio like KindlyBeast is going to have a very hard time functioning on just 50 people. Normally, big companies die in stages, with massive layoffs before closing their doors, clinging to life as long as possible. Now again, we know very little about the layoff situation at KindlyBeast, so I don't want to draw any conclusions yet, but sadly this isn't KindlyBeast's only problem. Glassdoor is a place where employees can post reviews about the companies they work at. And two former employees of KindlyBeast posted these scathing reviews. If these are to be believed, then Mike Mood is a complete jerk. Publicly humiliating employees, stressing people out, and disappearing from the office for months at a time. When he returned, he allegedly fired the entire management staff. The second review seems to take place after the management staff has been fired, talking about how the company was disorganized and work on the games was quote, minimal at best and invisible at worst. Apparently, the lack of managers left people with no idea of what to do. As all this went down in late August/early September, I think we finally have our reason for why Showdown Bandit was delayed. It wasn't because of some game-breaking bug or unfinished features, it was because the employees literally weren't doing their jobs. Although it sounds like they weren't at fault here, as nobody was even telling them what to do. Mike Mood allegedly insulted the board of directors on numerous occasions. The employees were also allegedly told to, quote, find lower quality ways of finishing their work, which would also explain some of the issues that I, along with many others, had with Showdown Bandit. Well, the two main Glassdoor reviews I just talked about were posted on Twitter by someone. I did some digging on Glassdoor myself and found a third. This one talks about a quote-unquote constant state of limbo at the company where no direction is ever given for lengthy periods of time. This again confirming the last review that the owners aren't telling the people what to do, just leaving them to just kind of sit there and not really make games. It also said that Mike Mood and the Meatly are constantly lying and disappearing from the office for days at a time. And when the employees confront them with ways to change and improve, they get defensive and angry. They also seem to be extremely overbearing, pushing the management staff around and not really letting them do their job. This seemed to inevitably result in the firing of the management staff, as we talked about earlier. People are also being kicked and banned from the KindlyBeast Discord server for even mentioning anything related to these issues. On the one hand, it seems strange to silence people for discussing this. The employees seem cagey and angry, like they have something to hide. But on the other hand, I don't know all of the comments that were made, and it seems like a lot of these people were spreading lies and propaganda. So then I can totally understand why they'd do that. So then KindlyBeast finally puts out an official statement, which was weak as water. It basically just confirmed everything we already knew. But from everything we've heard, it seems as though the company is in big trouble. And right now, Mike Mood does seem to be the villain. However, there is no way to even contact Mike Mood anymore, as it seems he has privated and deleted his Twitter account. I don't know if this is either because he has been getting a ton of hate, or if it is because he just doesn't want to answer any questions because he knows that the rumors that are going around him are true, but by any means, there's no way of talking to him. But there's two sides to every story, and this story is constantly changing. And so for that reason, I'm not really angry at anybody at KindlyBeast, and I don't think you guys should be either. I know it's very easy to hate Mike Mood, but the problem is we just don't have enough information to draw definitive conclusions yet. We are just outsiders looking in, a bunch of fans, and I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes at KindlyBeast. All I hope is that whatever is going on gets resolved, and that KindlyBeast can go back to making amazing games as usual. Goodbye.